Right, so these are the JBL Tour 1 M3s, specifically the Smart TX version, and they might be one of the most feature-packed pairs of headphones I've used in a while. Noise cancelling is great, battery life is massive, sound is punchy, but what really sets these apart is this tiny little device in the box, the Smart TX, and we will get to that because for some I think it's a bit of a game changer. But first, let's just break down the experience. These, as mentioned, are the JBL Tour 1 M3s. Welcome to the Tech Shed. So price-wise, the Smart TX bundle will set you back a pretty high $449 US, which definitely puts them in that premium category. But to be fair, it's on par with their competitors. The Sony WH-XM6s are around $449 as well. Sennheiser's Momentum 4 hovers at a very nice $279. The Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras are $449, and then there's Apple's AirPods Max. Well, they're in their own world at nearly $549 US. The kicker? None of those come with a transmitter like this one, and if you want a cheaper option, JBL does sell a non-Smart TX version of these headphones. You're just missing out on that extra functionality. Now, in regards to comfort, I had no complaints. These come in at 278 grams, which is about average for a pair of over-ear headphones. I've worn them for entire work days without any issue. The memory foam cups are soft and breathable. The headband, it doesn't clamp too hard, and they fold flat and inward, which is always a bonus when you're traveling. They come with a hard shell case, and there's even a dedicated pouch for the Smart TX and any cords or cables, which is pretty standard, but always nice to have. The build quality though, this is where things feel a little less premium. The outer shell is mostly plastic, which keeps the weight down, sure, but in your hands it doesn't exactly scream flagship. And there's also no water resistance rating, so I wouldn't take these for a run or out in the rain. As for controls, it's a mix of touch and physical. The right ear cup has a touchpad for play, pause, skip, and voice assistant, while you've got a volume rocker on the left and a power/ANC slider on the right. I quite like the hybrid control scheme. I hate scrolling my finger up and down loads of times to change the volume like I have to on my Sony XM5s. But the touchpad here can be a bit finicky. It needs quite a firm tap, and sometimes multiple presses can be hit or miss, like hitting it twice to skip a track. You can customize the touch controls in the app, but it's quite limited, which is a little bit disappointing as well. Now, these come in two colors, black and brown, and honestly, they look fine. Nothing outrageous or particularly noteworthy there. So let's talk audio. Out of the box, the Tour 1 M3s have that classic JBL sound, punchy, energetic, and just a bit of extra warmth in the bass. Whether you're into hip-hop, rock, drum and bass, or cinematic instrumentals, these make music sound good and fun. Now, the mids are clear, vocals will cut through nicely, and the treble is crisp, though if you crank the volume, the highs can get just a little bit sharp. It's nothing major, but it is there. You've got full access to JBL's 10-band EQ in the app, which actually makes a real difference. It's not just some pretend sliders, and there's Personify 3.0, which is a built-in hearing test that creates a personal sound profile based on your own hearing. Now, that sounds gimmicky, but it's not. I noticed improvements in clarity after setting mine up, which is great. There's also spatial 360 audio for sounds from all angles, and there's also head tracking, which tracks your head movement to simulate sound coming from in front of you. Turn your head to the left, the sound pans right. Turn your head to the right, the sound pans left, if that makes sense. It's good for movies or immersive gaming, but if it's not your thing, you can just turn it off. And for you audiophiles out there, these also support high-res audio via LDAC. However, I was a bit disappointed to find that some features need to be turned off in order to use this, like Personify, spatial sound, and low volume dynamic EQ. But if you're a Tidal listener and you want to listen to those high-res tracks, these can do it. Now, the active noise cancellation, or ANC for short, is really, really good. The adaptive system listens to your environment and adjusts in real time. On a noisy bus, the low-end rumble disappeared almost entirely, and in quieter places, it will ease off so you don't get that air pressure feeling. Unfortunately, I haven't flown anywhere, so I haven't tried them on a plane, but, you know, if it's cancelling out a bus, it will cancel out the engine noise of a plane. And it's smart. There are a few ambient modes too. Ambient aware lets outside noise in so you can stay alert. Talk through is great for quick conversations. It will drop your music and boost voices. And then there's smart talk, which will automatically pause your music when you speak, and it will resume after. It works well, although laughing or singing along might accidentally trigger it, so I had it turned off most of the time. Alright, let's talk about the Smart TX, because this, in my opinion, is the biggest selling point and it's the biggest differentiator between competitors. This is a tiny touchscreen transmitter that lets you use these headphones wirelessly with anything that requires a headphone jack. Think plain entertainment systems, gym equipment, older laptops, it doesn't matter. You plug it in with the included USB-C to 3.5mm cable and boom, you've got wireless audio via Auracast. You can also use this to control the headphones without needing your phone, so you can change ANC modes, tweak the EQ, enable spatial audio, check the battery, all from your pocket. Now, the screen is small and it's not as sensitive as a top-of-the-range phone. It's a little bit finicky, but overall it works fine, and the case has a spot to keep it safe, but as mentioned, it is pretty tiny, so it could be easily lost. Additionally, because it's sending out a signal, you can beam audio to multiple compatible headphones at once. And by compatible, I mean any headphones that support Auracast. Ever been on a plane or a train and you had to share an earbud with your friend? Well, so long as you both have compatible devices, I've said compatible a lot, I apologize for that, you don't need to do that. Also, if you have kids, that means you only need one device, let's say a tablet. Plug this in, chuck headphones on both kids, and boom, no need for multiple tablets. They can watch what they're watching at the same time, hear the audio at the same time. It's pretty cool and it's a nice feature if you have those use cases. Now for phone calls, these are solid. There are 4 beamforming mics here that easily pick up your voice on Zoom, Teams, WhatsApp calls, and normal calls. People heard me clearly even when I was standing outside with quite a bit of background noise. These are interestingly also Zoom certified over USB-C, so you can plug it straight into your laptop or computer and use it like a proper wired headset. Pretty cool, no issues there. Battery life is a big win. With ANC off, you'll get up to 70 hours. With ANC on, it's still around 40 hours, which is more than enough. In my time, I didn't need to charge them for an entire work week. You also get fast charging. 5 minutes gives you about 5 hours of playback, which is brilliant. The Smart TX, it runs for around 18 hours, which is great for travel. Just don't forget to charge it separately. So with all that covered, what's my thoughts on the JBL Tour 1 M3 Smart TX headphones? Well, they're crazy versatile. The noise cancelling is excellent, the battery life is really good, the sound is fun and customizable, and the Smart TX transmitter adds genuinely useful functionality that most headphones just don't offer. Downsides, sure there are some. The build feels a bit plasticky, the touch controls can be a little hit and miss, and there's no water resistance, which means they're not ideal for workouts or being caught in the rain. But for commuters, travelers, families, or anyone who wants one pair of over-ear headphones that can do pretty much everything, they're a seriously strong option. And honestly, just the Smart TX alone might make these worth it if you have that specific use case. Let me know what you think. Would you use the Smart TX, or would you just stick to Bluetooth and get the non-Smart TX version? Drop a comment, give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out. Maybe even hit that subscribe button. You've been watching The Tech Shed, and I'll catch you in the next one.